Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 27th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, Cony, and MSTY, also known as Misty. But first, I actually wanted to do two things up front. So what you see here is something that Matt in our Discord shared. Everybody, I believe, knows Matt. So, of course, my stupid phone cuts off the beginning label part of it, but it just shows like how each fund did from the beginning. If you invested $10,000, so starting price, ending price, with dividends reinvested and all that. I believe it's reinvested. So anyway, just quick recap. Obviously, TSLY did not, fare too well, but we know how that went. OARC actually did make money from 10,000 to 10,207. Aptly made money. NVIDIA, look at that. $10,000 would be $19,804. AMZ, $10,000 would be $13,379. Phoebe actually made $3,000. Amazing. GUI, they lost about $700. Cony, had you invested from the beginning, you'd be up $6,100. That's pretty insane. Nefly, you'd be up $1,600. DSO, you'd be up $2,000. MSFO, $2,500. Zomo, you'd actually be down $600. JPMO, you'd be up $1,300. AMDY, you'd be up $3,800. PP, you'd be up $279. SQUE, you'd be up $4,200. Murny, you'd be up $1,700. AIYY, oh, ouch! This is a brand new fund. You'd already be down $1,200. Misty, brand new fund. Again, I'm not sure when Matt made this. I believe a day or two ago, but you'd be up. It's probably even better now. You'd be up $193. YieldMax, you'd be up $779, and YMAG, you'd be up $587. And again, this is just showing with $10,000 invested from day one, how much that would have turned into. Okay, so if you're interested in this file, it's in my Discord under the YieldMax channel that Matt has shared. So thank you, Matt, for allowing me to share this. I just thought it was pretty cool. So let's get to it. Actually, one more thing. I wanted to start adding, since a lot of people watch these on a daily basis, I figured why not just go to Market Watch and read the latest news, whatever it is, all right? Because consider this like a news update. And I'm just going to do that, and you guys can let me know if you want it or not. Trader who nailed the 2022 sell-off says set aside some cash to buy a looming 10% stock pullback. Alphabet super micro stock may already fully reflect AI boom, but even that still has legs. Alphabet stock has weathered past AI missteps. Is latest blunder different? That's a pretty stupid article. Wow. So day one, first article was pretty useless. So hopefully tomorrow's will be a little better. So anyway, let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. So I have to start with Misty because they're the only ones with a trade. Sorry, guys. I know people will be pissed. The TSLY people will be pissed. The CONY people will be pissed. But I'm guessing the CONY people own Misty. So who knows? Anyway, so they finally were able to add more contracts. So Misty added 13 contracts, and good Lord, look how much that call cost. $138.60 per share. Wow. I mean, it's because the stock price has gone up so much. The short strike expires this Friday, 895 strike you see on the bottom. So again, when you see 3 transactions, the 2 on the top are for the synthetic position. They do a buy, call, sell, put at the the strike price for whatever the current synthetic is. And then the third transaction is typically the short call, or SS, meaning short sale. They sell a call, which would expire the Friday of the current week, or sometimes they could pick the next week. In this example, they picked this Friday, March 1st. And they got $12.75 per share for their troubles. So let's go to the files. All right, here's the synthetic file, or tab, I should say. So yeah, so obviously they started with 37 contracts, and then they added 13. So you can see, like, when they started the 37 contracts, they started at the money. So the call and the put, you know, they were closer in price, which is the idea of, you know, doing this at the money. But then now, you know, like yesterday, for example, look at MSTR. It's priced at 796. The strike is 680. So the buy call is going to be very, very expensive because the stock is priced above it, right? So, and then the sell put, you know, at the same time is, you know, not going to give you really, you know, much, because they're both, you know, these are both bullish positions. So anyway, that pushed our March profits to a debit, $131,000 debit, because, you know, again, we had to pay for that. We had to pay for the call, and we got a little credit for the put. All right, let's check out the other tab, the March tab. So how was the movement yesterday? Well, let's check it out. MSTR went up 15%. I mean, this is just insanity. 15.86%. Like, what in the hell? And the fund manager clearly was not prepared for that. As you can see, Misty only got 4.12% of that. I mean, that sucks. That really sucks. So the 13 contracts they added was $12.75 a share, and that nets them $16,575 credit. Cash and treasuries actually went up $993,000, so the interest is coming. This outstanding holdings $175,000, total income $82,000. Distribution for weekly calls 47 cents, daily income 16 cents, and daily yield 0.7%. Okay, now the fun part. So, why are these two different formats? It's kind of annoying. Okay. Sorry. All right, 37 contracts with a 755 strike. 5.21% in the money. Not out of the money, in the money. So that is why we were capped yesterday, because they're 5% in the money already. Not good, guys. Not good. So if we go back, let's see, the 755, when they opened it, they opened it 9%, 9.83% out of the money, and they thought they were safe. Clearly, they are not. So the next one they chose is 12.37% out of the money. Okay, so they're getting a little better, maybe. But yeah, so you can see that now. 13 contracts, 895 strike, 12.37% out of the money. Look at that 30-day IV, man. Woo, 94.19%. Man, Misty chart. If you bought in at the open when they first launched, you were a happy camper. You know, no pun intended, Corey. MSTR price $796.48. Which, by the way, guys, go check out the Happy Camper YouTube. I believe it's called Happy Camper. It's Corey from our Discord channel. She does she talks about all of the YieldMax funds. So, you know, for those of you that said do all the funds, obviously I can't. She does all of them. Maybe not into the same format, but she kind of covers at least all the intraday trades and holdings and things like that. So go check out her channel. Give her a subscribe. Capital appreciation. I mean, we could pretty much just give up on that because there's none. I mean, if it goes up, I don't know how. I guess the synthetic will be stronger than the weekly call. Actually, I'm sorry. It could go up a little because you see 13 contracts, which is actually a third, essentially, right? Is 12% out of the money. So I guess that could bring them up a little. My reaction is, the new fund manager, like the intern, just started, right? And they got Misty right off the bat. And this is their face. They're like, oh, damn, what did I get myself into? Just kidding. They probably put someone experienced on it. But, okay, let's check out the payment situation. Because, again, I think this next payment coming up that's declared next week, I'm pretty sure Misty will not be a part of that. But either way, synthetic income now brings our net income to a debit, so we can ignore that for now. Let's just look at the short call income in yellow, 82,000, and then short call income per share. I should probably make that yellow too, right? Keep it in sync. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I know I make a lot of changes mid-video, but this is the only time I get a chance to actually look at it in this depth. 47 cents per share. I mean, they could pay out, but again, total income is not in profit, so I would vote no payout yet. I also don't own Misty, so you guys are probably get pissed at me for saying that. All right, so here we go. 755, man. Woo-hoo. 755 call. Here's the outstanding holdings. As of the close yesterday, it would cost $61.20 to close that position. $61.20. What did they get? They got $12.80 to open that position. That is a massive, massive loss. So they're going to have to, be careful with this fund. They're going to have to sell a little further out of the money. 12% with 4 trading days. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know, man. But they think so. Or, maybe, the big jump yesterday, maybe it'll correct a little today. But, I mean, who knows? Pre-market, we'll check in a second. But I think last time I checked, it was up. Yeah, so there's that stupid article. We can get rid of that now. All right, where's Misty? Come on, Market Watch. I got to get a thing with them since I use their website, right? Here's the pre-market for MicroStrategy. 851.80, 6.95% increase. Like, no sign of slowing down. That is 50% of the out of the money already. Like, they're already 50% of the way there. So I don't know, man. This one is crazy. This is crazier than Cony, I think. Speaking of Cony, we can do that one next. Again, no trades. So we'll go right to the synthetic and just see how we're doing. So again, contracts, 18,725, and the synthetic is at 190. Coin actually went above it yesterday. Congratulations, Coin and Cony. So our synthetic is now going to make money. If we closed it, we can make 8.5 million, which I know is nothing in Cony world, but they may need that after these week's calls. Let's see. February. How did Cony do? Well, let's see how the week went, right? So, this is the week. Yesterday was only Monday, sorry. Been a long Monday. Coin went up 16.85%. I mean, what? By the way, I did some of my swing trades yesterday. I sold three batches, 15 shares. But anyway, Cony went up 8.18%. So that's pretty good. But it's not the best because they only captured 50% of the gains. Why? Because their strikes were too tight. Way too tight. Let's see when they sold them. And then we'll check the next page in a second, right? 8% out of the money, 8% out of the money, 6% out of the money. That is not Cony material right there. Cash and treasuries, cash went up. So, overall it went up 2.3 million. So people are still buying into Cony. Total income is still at a debit for the weekly calls. So we will not break that down any further. Let's get into the ugliest tab. Active. Oh my God. 9,185 contracts, 177.50 strike, 8% in the money, 8.48% in the money to be exact. 9,540 contracts, 185 strike, 4.61% in the money. Yeah, these weekly calls are just damaged goods at this point. So we can only hope that coin slow down or go down. But, we shall see. 30-day IV, insanity, 89%. But look at that chart, man. Cony is such a dominant force. 2366. It could have been more if they put their strikes higher, but it's not. Capital appreciation, is again non-existent. They didn't have any new trades yesterday, so. And they went from the goat to the donkey because they were looking good, they were looking great, and then all of a sudden, here they are, 8%. What were they doing before? Where's the out of the money? Okay, 11%, 5. Oh, that was really low. Then 12%, 16% out of the money, 13% out of the money, 9% out of the money, and then recently 8%, 6% out of the money for a full week. So, yeah, you went from the goat to the donkey. Sorry, man. But you better hope coin just stays flat for the rest of the week or goes down, but time will tell. All right, how's our payment looking? That's what people care about. How much am I getting paid? Well, with synthetic income, you're getting paid good. So let's look at the synthetic income. 126 million. Short call income, a loss of 53.7 million. Total net income, 72.8 million. Outstanding shares, 14. Let me make sure that formula is still there. Yeah, it is. 14.4 million. So I'm showing a total income per share of $5.04. So again, let's take a look at last month. They paid out 107. However, total income was 332. That was a NAV loss of 440, right? So they're gonna wanna kind of replenish that a little. I'm still standing with my original thought of $2. I still think they'll pay $2. They will not, definitely not pay $5, nor $4, nor $3. I think it'll be in the $2 range. But I'm typically wrong, so I could be wrong either way. We'll see. Yeah, so that's it for the payments. And let's look at the holdings. Yeah, man. Whew. Look how much it costs per share to close these weekly calls. $18.80 for the 177.50. How much did they get for it? They got $248. Now it's going to cost them $18.80. Do you see how damaging that is? Okay. Could you imagine, like, as an individual, if you had to, deal with this loss? It's insane. All right. So let's take it to 185. 185 costs $13.28 to close. They made $281. So yeah, they're getting their butts whooped. That's why they are the donkey this week, or today, I should say. So let's check out pre-market. Maybe coin will go down. Maybe they'll get lucky and coin will go down. I didn't refresh. Not so much. Oh my God, it's above 200. Coin is up 5.42%. That's insane. Insane. For those of you that know, I'm doing swing trading. I started buying coin on the dip, and I had 25 shares, and I sold 15 shares yesterday. I got too excited. Now I'm looking at it still going. I'm like, oh, should have waited a little bit. I should do 5 a day like I said I would. Anyway, let's move on to TSLY. They have 2 synthetic positions. Again, no trades yesterday. Currently, the 220 synthetic is getting a little better because Tesla actually almost closed at 200. They hit 200 yesterday, but then they closed at 199.40. So their synthetic for the 220 now will only cost them $60.8 million. I know I said only, but it was much worse early on. Their 185 looking pretty good. Looking at a $17.3 million credit. So if Tesla still keeps going up, they may have to utilize that in order to have a decent payment for February. Not February, well, payment in March. TSLA, Tesla, went up 3.87% yesterday. Not quite the numbers that we just saw on the other two, but still pretty good. TSLY went up 2.49%. So overall, pretty good recovery. Again, no trades. Cash and treasuries went up 3.3 million because cash went up. More interest in the fund. Okay. Total income, total weekly income, 18.6 million. Total distribution from weekly income, 42 cents. Yes, this is post reverse split. So, normally you would hope to see more than 42 cents, right? Our old payment was 42 cents. Daily income, 3 cents a day, and daily yield 0.16%. Okay. Outstanding shares is 44.8 million. All right, let's see how this fund manager is doing. How are they doing? Yeah, they're not as bad. So this 200, it is a tough cookie. 42,080 contracts with a 200 strike. It is now 0.3% out of the money. Again, when they sold that, it was 4.18% out of the money, which my feeling on that. It's too tight, and they didn't scatter, but whatever. Again, I'm going to try to shut my mouth because I'm going to let it play out this week. I'm not going to go too hard on TSLY like I usually do. 30-day IV, 43%. Tesla price, 199.40. Again, we'll see how that goes today. TSLY price, 18.53. Again, this is post-split. Possible capital gains, 6 cents. And again, my reaction, I'll just zipper my mouth shut. I won't be too judgmental. I'll let it fly. Let's see how this week goes. Because again, the 200 is a strong resistance there. Declaration date next week, Tuesday, March 5th. And Curve still has 100 contracts with a 215 strike. And that is still 7.82% out of the money. So they still have potential capital gains to get. So their synthetic 265. Looking a little better, but we'll see. And again, Curve TSLP is priced at 22.45. Really good. Payment. All right, this is what everyone loves. Synthetic income, essentially nil. They lost $19,000. Short call income, they made $18.6 million with outstanding shares of 44.8 million. That is a total income of 41 cents per share, or short call income of 42 cents per share. So that is not what everyone is expecting. Everyone is expecting 80 cents. So if they add, let's just look at this. Net income is 18 million, right? 18 million pays about 42 cents. So take a look at the 185. That's about a $17 million profit, right? So if Tesla goes up today, they could roll this into a higher strike, maybe not 220, definitely not 220, but maybe like a 200 strike, and then they could probably gain about 18,000 in profit, and then add that to this, and then boom, there's your 80 cents. So here we go, problem solved. But that would leave no room for NAV appreciation, which they are in dire need of in this fund. All right, outstanding holdings. It will cost them $390. This is not as damaging as the others. $390 to close the 200 strike, which is, that's not too bad considering they only got $219 to open it. But again, it's not as ugly as the others. I know I said I wouldn't cover it, the holding change, but I'm going to do it one more week. But before I get into that, net asset value, 831. I'm just tracking that as we approach a billion. So, Monday opened. This is the move. This was the 226 activity, and then yesterday, I didn't put the change stock price. What was the close? 199.40. 199.40. 0.4. Yeah. So Tesla went up from 191.97 to 199.40 yesterday. And let's look at the changes. So in green, that's the sell put for the 185, okay? It went down, right? Because the sell put, they have to pay money to close that position because they got a credit for it. So, and it's a bullish move. So the higher it goes, the more, the less it's going to cost us to close it. So it went from 5.2 million, costing us that much money to 2.7. So really good change there. The sell put in the 220, massive change, 86 million to 67 million. Now, if we look in green down below, the 185, that's the buy call. That thing was worth 14.1 million as of the Friday close, and now it's worth 20.1 million. Again, massive. Because again, the synthetic is bullish. If the stock goes up, the synthetic wins. The buy call on the 220 was 3.6 million. Now it's worth 6.2 million. So overall, green and yellow, great job. However, in blue, the weekly call cost us 7 million on Friday as of the close, and now it costs us 16.4 million to close. So that's the downside. That's why we want the strike, the price of the underlying to stay below the price, the strike price. So far we are, but again, we got 4 days, which is why, it is what it is. And then I did on the bottom a little bonus part, synthetic total versus weekly call total, to see which is pushing in which direction. So you see the total between the two is 81.3 million, pushing the NAV down, right? And then it went to 59 million, pushing the NAV, this is a good movement, moving the NAV price up, right? Because this is a negative amount. And the larger the negative amount, that adds the net asset value, which would bring the NAV down, right? Because again, the positive amounts are the cash and the treasuries that you see over here, right? Cash and treasuries. Treasuries are about, 900 million worth, and then cash is 10 million. And then you have these, bringing us down. But there was a really good change. So the synthetic was more powerful than the weekly call yesterday. That is my point. So yes, they almost breached through their weekly calls. They did not though, but they almost did. So that being said, the movement upwards was much more favorable for the synthetic than it was damaging to the weekly call. Again, that is the point I'm trying to make. So I'm hoping today, I want to see it close around 205. That'd be cool. Obviously it's not great for our strikes, but it'll be great for this example to show you, okay, how much stronger is the synthetic than the weekly call when it goes above the strike. Because right now it's not above the strike. 199.40 is still below the 200 strike. So the synthetic value, is much greater than the weekly. But then if it gets pushed above the strike in the money, then it may cost, be a little more damaging, right? Because again, the weekly call is using the same amount of contracts as the synthetic. So it's good to see them battle it out. But yesterday was a win for us. So that's good. But anyway, again, I'm not going to hold this here forever. I'm just doing this temporarily to show not only myself, but you guys the, who's winning the fight and at to what point. All right, so that's TSLY. Let's go to Market Watch and let's refresh the data. All right, TSLA is up 1.8%. That's not bad. Okay, I'll take it. I got to do some trades on it went up again, 1.85%. And by the way, I'm looking at this Ulti thing. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on Ulti. I may wait till it comes out, but the file is just didn't give me much. Maybe I'll look at it again. I know it launches very soon. I think it launches this week, the Ulti fund, which again, I have not looked into it at all. Sorry guys, I have not had time. But I know like Panda and I think Max went over it. So if you needed something, you can go to their channel for that. But yeah, I may have to wait until it launches. And sometimes that's the best way anyway to do my full review. But I will do it. I just haven't had time to get ahead of it, right? Again, these daily videos are the priority. So, and then obviously if there's time extra, then I could do other things. But, time is limited. All right, guys. So that's it. That's it for TSLY, CONY, and MSTY. And, we're in for a week. We got 4 trading days left. We'll see how it goes. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please click that like button. And, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This video is for fun and entertainment. But again, hope you guys enjoyed. No keyword today. I'm too lazy to even think about it. But, yeah, just have a great day, everyone. Later.